Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach. Today, I am so glad you're with us. Hey, it's JB, ready to rock and roll. It is December 16th, 2024. It's episode 5,547, almost 5,550. Going to be fun. We're getting into planning week this week, and I got a big one for you this week. We're really into plan mode, and if you've been with me for years, thank you. We're going into our 20th year. I can't wait to be able to get out of that and just start talking about 20 years plus in coaching and building this system, and we're really moving forward quickly. And if you're new, welcome, and for those of you who've been with me forever, thank you so much. I mean, it's been such a process to get here, and now we've built something really special. The planner, which was community-driven, which was unbelievable. The new supplemental workbook and program that goes along with that, which has been one of the things that we've been most asked for, is like, where do we plan and how do we plan? And I don't even know where to get started, right? And so for years we had the planner, and it was good because the front matter was there and we could work through it. But now, we've got some structured planning that you can use with your organization, or for you, whenever you need to get a plan, you can pull that workbook out and work through it. Yes, it's designed for this time period of year end, but it can be used at any time, right? And it can be used in June, and it can be used for a trip or a vacation, and you can take it out and set the goals and work with it to really utilize our system. And then, of course, this is the perfect time within our Get It Done Now program, or Plan, Do, Check, Act, PDCA, where we are planning, getting everything organized, and then over next year, we'll be doing the checks. And as I mentioned last year, for me, checking into, a little more healthy situation, starting to run some 5Ks and attempted my first marathon, and now on this track, and April 27th, I'm running Toledo, and I'm going to work to be Boston qualified because I didn't hit my goal the first time. But it's the plan, right? And getting that organized. And for everybody, it's different. That's what's so cool about what we do here at Morning Coach. Every single person can have a different style plan. And inherently, there's flexibility within our plan because our life is going to change. I mentioned my mother. Part of the reason I came up here a couple years ago, and actually today I'm flying to Florida. So I'm going to record this week ahead. I'm going to disappear a little bit. I'm spending some time back home with a lot of friends. But when I'm up here doing this right now, I'm up here because my mom had the issue with her kidney and had cancer. And when she had that kidney cancer, everything changed. Like, her whole mission changed. In fact, my mission changed. Like, I got to get up and spend more time with my mom. Luckily, I'm in a situation where I have a relationship that I can do that, and we can work things through and things work out. But, I had to change and shift my whole business, my whole plan, everything because of that. And because of our flexibility inherently built in our system, we can do that here. So this week, we're going to spend a lot of time on planning. If you're new, welcome. We got a lot of new people. I'm glad you're here. Jump in the community. We're doing some work on the meetups. Meetups are run by community members, which are just awesome. The ability to go meet some really great people. We have the belt system. If you haven't had a chance to do that, it's a good time to jump into that. And of course, we have our morning routine or ritual, which is, taking some time for self-care, getting here and listening to CoachCast. We do this 365 days of the year. Either myself or Dr. Paul, we're adding a whole longevity and anti-aging element to our structure, which is really important. We're teaming up with Dr. Paul for that. And so you can listen to those CoachCasts. And then, of course, plan your day with our 7 Ps. If you haven't gotten that yet, you will in your onboarding information. But really, it's, getting perspective and having the right priorities. And then get that planner organized. And if you are taking a picture and sending it into the companion, that's great. And, of course, the community is a great place to meet other wonderful people that are invested in themselves. There's a reason that we have a cost to Morning Coach. We want people that are active and invested. And plus, it gives us the ability to build the team and build tools and continue to build resources. We're a business, right? And so part of my mission, which you'll hear about over the next couple of days, is to grow and develop and make this the best coaching system in the world, and make my new mastermind, International Inner Circle, which we started last year, the best mastermind on the planet. And I'm focused on that. And it allows me to really get rid of a lot of noise as I focus on that. And we'll go into that tomorrow when I talk about where flying fits in and marathons and all of that. But today, there are 2 lessons that we need to go over. And these are really critical. And these are pretty new to the system. So if you've been working with me for years, this is something that you need to pay attention. You need to get some notes out. This is really new stuff. It's not old stuff, but it's just new in our planning. And that is understanding your current reality and understanding your desired feeling. I've already introduced this to the mastermind group, but there will be a couple workbooks up in the community that you can grab. But the first one is your current reality. And as we start to plan, and what we're doing this week, by the way, let me break down the week, is that we're going to do today your current reality and desired feeling, which are two important things. Tomorrow we're going to do North Star mission, vision, and overall mission, okay? Wednesday we're going to do values. Thursday we're going to do goals and projects. Friday we're going to do task and consistency. Saturday's obviously Dr. Paul. And then Sunday we're going to do surrender and allow it to work in our weekend review. So we're planning all week. I'm setting the book study aside tomorrow and creating curriculum here because we need to start getting our plan together over the next couple weeks, okay? So first thing is understanding your current reality and your desired feeling. What are these things? Well, current reality is where are you at? If we don't understand where you're at and we don't have a starting point, it's really hard for us to build a mission and move forward. And there's a couple areas that we need to really work on. Again, this is organizationally or you personally, is getting your current reality in place. You know, where are you at? And being honest about where you're at. You know, what's your financial situation? What's your current income? What's your monthly or annual income? What are your expenses? This is our ILD sheet, right? We talk a lot about that. If you're new, you'll get more information on this, but getting yourself organized for January, February, understanding what is going on, your savings and your investment, your debts. Do you know your numbers? Okay. What's your current reality? How about your physical health? Again, this is a big part. You will notice the two areas that we're really focused on coaching you this year is on financial health and physical health and mental health, right? So longevity and anti-aging. So these are really important areas of life that are literally quality of life issues. If you're financially not in a good spot and if your health is bad, you're not going to be a happy person. You're not going to find that joy and that peace and live your best life. And so we're going to bring you the tools to help you do that, whether it's myself or Dr. Paul Kilgore, specifically on the anti-aging longevity. I will bring you some ideas. I'm 55 and my biological age, when according to all the tests we're doing, is about 44. So, and you could see by my appearance, I feel young, I look young, and I just, there's certain things that I do that I want to share with you with as far as routines and diet, and understanding that. So where are you at financially? Where are you at with your health? Where are you at with your mental health? Okay. We need to understand, what are your stress levels? How's your mental well-being? Do you feel anxious, depressed, overwhelmed? What are your coping mechanisms? What techniques or activities do you do? Again, if you want a worksheet on this, there will be one up in the community for you to go ahead and kind of check these boxes to understand where you're at. How about your relationships? How are you doing with your relationships, your personal relationships, your professional relationships, your spirituality? How about your beliefs, your practices? Are you fulfilled? Again, one of the tools that we use a lot, and you'll find it in the planner, is the life wheel. So Life Wheel is a tool that you can use. We'll talk about it at the end of the month. But again, judging where you're at. And if you go in the systems index in the new planner, you can click the Life Wheel. And then when you do it every quarter that we do it, you can look back and see if you're making improvements. It's just based on feel. And we're going to get into that in a minute. But what are some strengths? What are some of your top strengths? What are some of your weaknesses? What is your improvement plan? This is a time to be working on these ideas. Where are you at? What are you strong at? What are you weak at? What are we going to work on? Are we going to address weaknesses or strengths? What are your current mission? What are your current goals? Short-term goals, long-term goals? Where's your realism check? What's the reality of these things? How about accountability? What are some of your past achievements? What have you accomplished in the last year? What are some things you failed to do? Again, we want to kind of borrow Rick Jarrow here and say trajectories with our goals, but where did you fail? And what do you think happened? And who is going to hold you accountable? Do you need accountability? Remember, I'm an adult. I'm not a big accountability person, but it does help if you put things out there publicly or you have people around you to support you. We have great people in our community if you need that. Right? List your top 5 values, your core values. What are they? Top 6, right, is what we do. And we're going to talk about that this week. So what we want to do is, realize where we at. The goal is to understand where you're at. What realizations have you had about your current reality? What areas of life do you feel the need for most immediate attention? And how do you understanding the current reality really help you achieve that North Star mission? This is why we need to know where you're at. We need a starting point. Where are you at so that we can start building? Then once we understand where you're at, this is the new area that I want to talk about. And that is your core desired feelings. Okay? So first of all, we describe your current reality. We know where you're at. What are some adjectives you use to describe it? What are the key elements that make up your current reality? Your job, your relationships, your hobbies, maybe your children, right? I want you to think about that. Then I want you to explore your core desired feelings. What does that mean? Well, that means you think about the goals you set in the past and what feelings did you hope to achieve by reaching them? Feelings. Do you hear me? Feelings. Okay. And then write down the 5 feelings that you most deeply want to experience in your life. It's about the feelings. Feelings versus things is what I'm trying to do. If you list 3 material goals you have, like a car, a house, a promotion, for each material goal, identify the feelings you believe these will bring. We're after the feeling. Okay, that's really what we're after. And why we're doing this, it'll help you clarify your mission more. Because a lot of things that you're going after the feeling, not the thing. So we want to connect the values and the feeling, and we want to write down the values that are important to you. We'll do that this week. And then each value, describe the feeling associated with it, right? Valuing family might evoke feelings of love and security. We're looking for those feelings is what we're after. So the past experiences, recall 3 past experiences that brought you significant satisfactions. What were the core feelings during those times? And then we want to look at the why behind what we're doing. I'm asking you to question yourself. Why am I doing any of this anyways? Why am I waking up and doing what I'm doing today? Right? And then think about your long-term goal and think about why do you want to achieve this? Think about your North Star mission. Why? And then we want to start actually looking at your life and look at positive emotions. What are activities or situations that constantly bring you positive emotions? You're going to hear me constantly say this in our planning stage. What brings you energy and what takes energy? Why are we not doing more things that give you energy? The more we work together, year after year after year, all of a sudden you see you're doing more things that are giving you energy. This is not something that happens in a day, right? Or a month. This is a long-term deal. This is why this is coaching, right? And so we work together over time. Now, all of a sudden, you're starting to get more positive emotions, more energy in your life. How can you incorporate more of those activities or situations in your daily life? And then we want to use your intuition. Take a few moments to visualize your life with your core desired feelings realized. How would it be to wake up with certainty and love and good energy and the feelings you want, the freedom, what I don't know what you want, right? So how would it be to feel that? And I want you to visualize that. And then I want you to start thinking about this for your mission. I want you to really start thinking about that because we want to build on this. And once you do that, you can write up a brief summary of your core desired feelings, a statement. You can compose a personalized statement that encapsulates your core desired feelings and what you want to achieve through this understanding. This statement will serve as a motivational reminder through your journey. And that's what we're on. It's amazing how many people don't do this work. They don't sit back and go, okay, what's really going on in life? What do I want to achieve? What are the things I want to do? What do I want to accomplish? How am I going to do that? Well, where am I at? And how do I get to the next level? And who can help me get there? And what are the feelings that I need? I wish they would teach us in our educational system. But of course, they don't teach that in educational system because then you would create freedom. We can build a life. You get into my mastermind, we talk about ILD and we build expertise models. There are different ways to live your life than plugging into a system. Nothing that's wrong with the system. I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem if you're not joyful, if you're not happy, if you're not living a life that you're proud of and you're not having the feelings. Now, here's the big one. For you parents out there, you need to dedicate to this system more than anything. Why? Because it's your children that need this. Even if you don't have the best life and you don't understand the concepts that we're putting together and really help your children understand motivation and goals and structure and organization, that's where you're breaking down. Okay? I really want to be the conduit into that world. That's part of my mission, is touching so many people through these systems that we've developed over years. And typically when somebody creates IP, intellectual property and systems, as we've done over 20 years, it takes until the person dies and all of a sudden people start utilizing their systems. There's a few, Deming, you look at Jack Welch, there's some people that have implemented their systems, Six Sigma, quality standards. These are more industrial things. But when it comes to personal development, it's challenging to get these systems out to the world, right? But you're here and you're taking it in, and I want it to be part of your DNA so that when your child, you go, okay, why are you doing it? Where are you at currently? What are you really trying to achieve? What is the feeling you want from that toy? Or what is that feeling that you want by doing that you want to do? Do we really want to do it? And when we analyze that, you see how powerful that is. Okay, you do. Okay, you want that feeling. Well, let's set a mission and set some goals and go get it. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. It's life-changing. And for somebody young, I wish somebody would have given me these ideas so I wouldn't have just chased so much stuff that was meaningless. And it's just a little reflection. It doesn't take long. And as a parent, as a leader, as a coach, as somebody that's out there in the world, nobody's exposed to this. Very few people are doing any of this type of work, but you are. And I applaud you for that. So we're going to have a great week this week. So what is your homework? Get in the community if you need the worksheets, or send an email to info@morningcoach.com if you need some help with this. We've got some worksheets for you. I want you to think about your current reality and specifically your desired feelings that you're after today. Do that today so we can move into your mission tomorrow. Now, hear me out on this. I'm not saying that by the end of this week, you're going to have your complete plan. You've got the workbook. We've got the planning course for you. This is a process. Don't rush it. Take your time. And it's okay to have a big eraser because things will change as you start to really reflect on what's happening in your life. But by the time we roll out in January and we start working PDCA and we're working together, we can look back February, March and go, okay, where are we at? And we can see how things are going and make adjustments accordingly. Okay? So current reality and core desired feelings, two kind of new concepts, but they fit right into the discussion of us finding our mission so that we can move forward with confidence, with clarity, and make sure we know we're going in the right direction. And again, that transference of knowledge is something that's so important because people need this. They really need it. Okay? So go do it to it. Lots of love to you, and I'll be back with more right here tomorrow on MorningCoach.com.